Hello friends, today we are learning about the myocardial infarction. In that, now we will see the definition of myocardial infarction. Myocardial infarction refers to the process by which area of myocardial cells in the heart are permanently destroyed. Then another definition for this: myocardial infarction refers to the dynamic process in which one or more regions of heart experience a severe prolonged decrease in oxygen supply because of insufficient coronary blood flow, subsequently necrosis or death to myocardial tissue. It means that in a myocardial infarction, it is a dynamic process in that heart experiences a severe prolonged decrease in oxygen supply because of that coronary blood flow is interfere, so necrosis and death to myocardial tissue may occur into the heart. This one is the heart figure of a heart attack, in that myocardial tissue damage is arise, necrosis of a myocardial tissue is shown. This one is the zone of injury. Okay, in that zone of infarction also we can call the zone of ischemia. Okay, this one is the zone of ischemia, this is the zone of injury, and this one is this part is the zone of infarction. Then causes for that: smoking, high blood pressure, high cholesterol level, diabetes or insulin resistance, sedimentary lifestyle. Now the risk factors of coronary artery disease includes in that two risk factors are there, in that non-modifiable and modifiable. In a non-modifiable, it cannot be changed by lifestyle modification. Then modifiable risk factors can be changed by lifestyle modification. Okay, in a modifiable risk factors includes this, so like smoking, high blood pressure, high blood cholesterol levels, diabetes, overweight or obesity, then physical inactivity, high stress level. Then in a non-modifiable risk factors includes the age, sex and family history of a patient. Then now the pathophysiology of a myocardial infarction includes due to any etiological factors, what happen? Accumulation of lipids in the intima of arterial wall. It leads to the formation of a fibrous cap over dead fatty cores, that is we can call as a atheroma. It leads to the atherosclerosis formation. It leads to narrowing and obstruction of a artery. It leads to the coronary artery cannot supply enough blood to the demand of a heart. Then after myocardial ischemia may develop, that we can call as angina pectoris. Then it leads to the ischemic cell cannot get enough oxygen or glucose level, so that's why cell converts to anaerobic metabolism. So then after sudden cardiac cell death may arise and it leads to the myocardial infarction. Now the sign and symptoms of a myocardial infarction, in that in a cardiovascular system, chest pain may arise in a patient's, discomfort, palpitations, abnormal heart sounds, blood pressure may be elevated and pulse deficit may also arise. Then ECG may show tachycardia, bradycardia or dysrhythmias. And in a respiratory system, shortness of breath, dyspnea, tachypnea may be arise. Then in a gastrointestinal system, nausea and vomiting. Then in a genitourinary system, decreased urinary output. Then in a skin, cool, clammy, diaphoretic and pale appearance of a skin may be arised. Then in a neurological system, anxiety, restlessness, lightheadedness, visual disturbances and changes in level of consciousness. Now the diagnosis for a myocardial infarction includes the history collection and physical examination. Then blood test includes the cardiac enzyme test. In a cardiac enzyme test, there is a CK, creatinine kinase, MB for the myocardial tissue damage. Okay, in that to detect the myocardial tissue damage, and others are the troponin and myoglobin test may be needed for the blood test to detect the myocardial infarction. Then electrocardiogram, ECG, then echocardiogram to detect for the blood circulation in a heart, that is the size and shape of each chamber of a heart. Then cardiac catheterization or angiogram, then heart scan, CT scan of a heart. This one is the ECG, and in a ECG main sign is the ST segment elevation is shown in a figure, that is a main symptoms of a myocardial infarction patient, ST segment elevation. Then treatment for myocardial infarction includes the goal of management is to minimize myocardial damage, preserve myocardial function and prevent complications. These goals are achieved by reperfusing the area with the emergency use of thrombolytic medications or percutaneous transluminal coronary angioplasty. Then other treatment includes the minimizing myocardial damage is also accomplished by reducing myocardial oxygen demand and increasing oxygen supply with medications, then oxygen administration and bed rest for the patient. Then the resolution of pain and ECG changes are the primary clinical indicators that demand and supply are equilibrium. They may also indicate reperfusion of a coronary artery in a patients. Then visualization of a blood flow through an open vessels in the catheterization laboratory is evidence of reperfusion of a artery in a patients. Okay. Now the emergency management for a patient with a myocardial infarction includes the ensure patent airway in a patient, then administer oxygen by nasal cannula or mask, because in this type of patient oxygen tissue reperfusion is needed, so that's why proper oxygen supply is given by a nasal cannula or a mask. Then insert IV catheters, then obtain 12-lead ECG, then determine location of pain, in which area pain arised, like in a left arm, shoulder, neck, okay, and as a chest pain may arise, in which side pain is arised. Then medicate for pain as ordered, for example morphine, nitroglycerin, then identify underlying rhythm, then obtain cardiac enzyme level, then assess need for thrombolytic therapy as appropriate, then administered aspirin and beta adrenergic blockers drugs. Then in a ongoing monitoring, in that monitor vital signs, level of consciousness, cardiac rhythm and oxygen saturation of a patient. Then monitor pain and remedicate as needed according to a patient's condition. Then reassure a patient, then anticipate need for intubation to the patient. And in a pharmacological therapy includes the antiplatelet agents, that is aspirin, it inhibits platelet aggregation. Then nitrates, nitroglycerin is a vasodilator drugs. Then beta blockers like atenolol, propanolol, it decreases the myocardial oxygen demand and decrease blood pressure, that is also we can call as antihypertensive drugs. Then heparin, that prevents the thrombus formation and dissolves it. Then thrombolytic agents, that is streptokinase, it dissolves the thrombus from the artery. Then morphine sulfate, that is pain reliever drugs. Then cholesterol lowering agents, that is atorvastatin. Now surgical interventions includes the percutaneous coronary interventional procedures, that is PCI. In that percutaneous transluminal coronary angioplasty, that is PTCA. Then atherectomy, this figure shows the PTCA, percutaneous transluminal coronary angioplasty. In that stent is put in a patient's blockage artery. Then other options is a coronary artery bypass surgery, CABG. Now, so nursing diagnosis for a patient with a myocardial infarction includes the decreased cardiac output related to changes in the frequency of heart rhythm, then impaired tissue perfusion related to decrease in cardiac output. Then third one is a ineffective breathing pattern related to imbalance of oxygen supply. Then fourth one is acute pain related to myocardial ischemia. Then other diagnoses are, fifth one is the activity intolerance related to imbalance between myocardial oxygen supply and needs. Then risk for bleeding related to thrombolytic therapy. Then anxiety related to lack of knowledge. Then knowledge deficit related to lack of information in a patient. Thank you very much guys for your attention. Okay, please subscribe my channel.